Y'all, I had already made an intro for this keto lasagna video, but I had to revisit that after I tasted this lasagna. It is one of, if not the best that you will find out there, period. Because I used the recipe from All Recipes called World's Best Lasagna. Let me tell you, I just cut down the carbage and then tried 2 different noodles, Palmini, and then the chicken sandwich meat noodle option. Here's the recipe. So I already have in here a 1/2 pound of ground beef. It calls for sweet Italian sausage. I went for the mild Italian sausage. Now I will tell you this, you'll want to put 1 pound of ground beef in if you're doing strict keto, because this does have corn syrup in it, but I like the flavor. So it's a 1/2 pound of this. To this, we're going to add some minced onion. Now, I don't know, does this mean like actual onion or the minced onion? But I'm just going to do the minced onion because who has time for all of that? So I'm only going to do 2 tablespoons. Now, the recipe says 2 cloves of garlic, but since I've lowered the meat amount, I'm only going to do a little over 1 and brown that up. Okay, now on the noodle part, I have 2 different types that I'm going to use here. A half and half, because I don't know which one's going to be good. I'm just trying this out. So for one, I've got the Palmini lasagna noodles. These do add a little bit of extra carbs. It's like 2 carbs, and there's 3 carbs per serving, so that's 6. So it's going to add more, so just know on that. But what it says to do is to rinse and drain them, and then for a softer texture, boil them for a few minutes. So that's what I'm going to do. By the way, this is what they look like. While the meat is still browning, I do want to let you know that there are more carbs, obviously, in the Italian sausage. So if you want to lessen the carbs even further, just do the ground beef. All right, now to this, I'm going to add a whole can of mozzarella, tomato, and basil. I wish I had the marinara sauce, but I don't. This might turn out better anyway. I'm going to add the whole can. Okay, he has us using 2 tablespoons of sugar, but we're not. We're going to use a tablespoon of allulose, a tablespoon of parsley, a teaspoon of basil, a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon of fennel seed. That is very important. And 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. All right, got that all stirred up, and we're going to simmer it for about an hour covered. I'm chopping my head off. Okay, so here's the thing with ricotta cheese. There is 4 carbs, no dietary fiber, 4 carbs per serving. And per serving is 1/4 cup. In order to reduce the carbage, we're not going to add the full amount that he has on the recipe. So I'm just going to do a little bit more than a half. Okay, that was a little bit more than a half. We're going to add 1 egg. And the rest of the parsley, because he had me cut up 4 tablespoons and I only put 1 in there. And anyway, it was a long thing. So I'm just doing a little bit of parsley in here. And we're going to do 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. Stir this right up. Don't forget to stir every now and then. All right, guys, it's been about an hour. Now, see how this is it's still kind of liquidy. Now, he had put tomato paste in, but we can't do that because we don't want to add extra carbs. So I'm going to add a little bit of xanthan gum. And just a little bit goes a long way. So I'm just going to add a couple of dashes and then cook it for another 15 minutes. All right, I'd say that thickened it up a little bit. All right, sauce is cooling off over here. I have my hearts of palm noodles, the Palmini noodles here. I rinsed them off again. You know, they took a little bath and a little bit of parsley, whatever. I do see a bunch of recipes that have, instead of noodles or low carb noodles, to use sandwich meat. And I was looking for chicken. I couldn't find any, so I had to get turkey. But I do see a lot of the recipes where they complain that the sauce thinned out and that it becomes watery. So I did take some of the slices and I put a paper towel and I just let them drain into the paper towel to get some of that moisture out of there. So hopefully that'll work too. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and spray this sucker because we all know I burn things. And we're gonna take a little bit of this mixture. All right, gonna add the noodles and add in the turkey. Easily spreadable if you didn't just take it out of the fridge. Add some more meat sauce. Okay, we're gonna take, this is a half a cup of grated Parmesan, and I'm gonna do half of that. More turkey. Okay, it says to repeat layers, but you know, I don't want to put that much cheese in there, so I'm just gonna willy-nilly some pieces over here. Pieces willy-nilly, 2 more slices. And we're gonna pour the rest of this on there. Here's where it gets good, because you don't skimp on this part. All right, and then we're just gonna use the rest of the Parmesan cheese. All right, this is all done. Now we're gonna cover it with foil, bake 375 for 25 minutes, take it out, remove the foil, put it back in for another 25 minutes. But with the foil, you don't want it to mess with the cheese, so we're gonna spray it with some avocado oil spray. Okay, that cheese is not gonna be hitting the top of that foil. Y'all, what? By the way, just letting you know that the one with the Palmini noodles and the Italian sausage, all of that comes to about, I think, 11 net carbs. I don't know. I'll put all the garbage from what I gathered in the description box below. I'm gonna go for the Palmini noodles first because I've never even had them before. I'm just gonna grab a big old bite. Test out these darn noodles, right? Let me tell you, you have got to try the sauce. I mean, the sauce, like, I don't care what sort of noodle you put in there, fathead, dough, this, anything, it won't matter. The sauce is fantastic. On the Palmini noodle, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit harder than I expected, so I probably should have boiled it a little bit longer. It's like an al dente lasagna noodle. But I mean, the taste, like, I don't taste anything. I would probably use these again. Now with the garbage, let me see about the turkey one. This one was pretty too. All right, getting a bite. Oh, Nelly. Whoa, nix everything I just said about the hearts and palm noodles. That is so fantastic with that meat noodle, whatever. I'll try and put all of the net garbage and calories if I can below. You can even lower the carb content by, instead of doing the minced onions, do the regular mince your own onion thing, because I saw that there was a lot of garbage in 2 tablespoons of minced onion. Anyway, if you want more dinner recipes, I'm going to throw one up here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.